Hey guys, Seleno here from PlayToEarn.net. Today's video is the second part of our weekly news series, where we talk about news that happened in the blockchain gaming scene this past week, divided into game updates, teasers or announcements, and other news. For this video, we'll be talking about sneak peeks, teasers, and announcements. So without further ado, let's get to the list. To start off our list, Gamey brings Winter Wonderland Week to Arcade. Competitive blockchain online gaming platform Gamey rolls out Winter Wonderland Week for Arcade. The Arcade app gives players the opportunity to express their skills in multiple game genres like action games, card games, puzzle games, and more. Players who participate in game tournaments earn GMEE as a reward. This upcoming event will be a mix of a huge payout and an immersive holiday experience. Players can compete in this special tournament at 1 PM daily starting from December 25 to December 31, 2022. Luckily for Gbots owners, they can participate in 2 tournaments. These playable and upgradable game characters can be purchased on OpenSea at a floor price of 0.012 ETH. The team did not give any explicit detail on the gameplay, but there are thousands of dollars waiting to be redeemed in the form of GMEE tokens. For every daily tournament, players can win up to 30,000 GMEE or around $300 with an entry fee of 2 to 5 GMEE. New players are encouraged to maximize this opportunity. Players can test their dunking skills in Hoop Shot, destroy the net with Erling Haaland in Man City Striker, and give Granny some tips in Pirate Solitaire. Individuals who make it past the qualification stage will win GMEE tokens and compete in the Winter Wonderland tournament. The Arcade app can be downloaded on the Google Play Store and iOS App Store. Participants can create accounts for free and begin to game. Players can get first-hand information about the upcoming tournament from Arcade Twitter, Discord, and Telegram. Next, Yeeha Games is releasing its first major title, Oath of Peak, in 2023. Yeeha Games, a Bybit-backed GameFi platform, has announced the release date for its fantasy MMORPG, Oath of Peak. The game will be the company's first major title, set to be launched on PC and mobile platforms in Europe and North America on January 12, 2023. Oath of Peak is a blockchain MMORPG set in an ancient world full of mythical creatures and legends. Here, players will take on the role of a spirit vendor to explore an immersive world where they can befriend pets, monsters, and other like-minded adventurers. Like Pokemon Go, players will encounter all sorts of spirit beasts, which they can capture to aid in future battles. These creatures, along with other gears and crafted items, will be tradable on the NFT marketplace, allowing players to participate in its virtual economy. Oath of Peak will be a free-to-play and earn title at launch, with battle-tested economic models derived from classic MMORPGs. The game employs a multi-currency system powered by tokens such as shells, PKTK, OATC, and NFTs. Shells are the main currency in the game, which can be attained through quests, monster drops, and farming. Players can use them to purchase gear, upgrades, and crafting materials to progress further in the game. PKTK is a utility token that can be used to exchange for rare items or shells on a one-to-one basis. OATC is the governance token, while in-game NFTs are mainly comprised of Genesis and Gen 2 primordial spirit beasts. With an expansive gameplay experience, Oath of Peak is by far the most anticipated release by Yeeha Games. Interested players can check out its webpage to learn more about this MMO. If you're liking this news list so far, remember to check out our website and news section to be updated on everything about blockchain gaming. You can also subscribe to our channel to make sure you stay updated on all our videos. Now let's get back to the list. Next, Shrapnel teases the release of its anticipated shooting range. One of the most eagerly waited NFT games this year is the shooter game Shrapnel. Shrapnel's development team has been hinting at the release of a shooting range over the past few days, and it will undoubtedly happen soon. Players will be able to select from a variety of items, weapons, classes, and characters, each with their own special abilities and traits. It's possible that we can test out various pieces of gear and classes on Shrapnel on the range. The shooting range is anticipated to be a hit with players, as it will give them a fun and engaging way to put their skills to the test and compete against one another. Additionally, it is a fantastic way for players to develop the strategy and accuracy they'll need to succeed on the battlefield. The creators of Shrapnel also have their ongoing 12 Days of Riddles event, which rewards players with operator NFTs if they are successful in solving the puzzle, in addition to the shooting range. Overall, the addition of the shooting range for Shrapnel is sure to be welcomed, and will undoubtedly give players hours of entertainment. Shrapnel Pokestarter was recently named the most anticipated game at the GAM3 Awards. Treeverse, Star Atlas, Illuvium Overworld, and Ember Sword, among other outstanding games, were nominated with it. Next, Mobox officially launches Momoverse Mohome and Christmas Extravaganza. One of the most well-known GameFi platforms, Mobox, has announced the official release of Momoverse Mohome, as well as the start of 2 Christmas Extravaganza events, Momo Xmas Merge and Momoverse Xmas Rank. Following the end of the Momo Home alpha test, the developers have officially launched it with all resources and materials used during testing placed back into the backpack, with the exception of Mbox. All token used in the test phase will not be refunded. Mohome consists of 4 civilizations, each representing a different home type: Barbarian Tribe, Steampunk, Tech Fantasy, and Middle Ages. Only one can be picked, with no option to change your home type afterwards. Each civilization has 8 different types of buildings to construct, all of which are upgradable using 6 types of materials. The kind of materials needed varies from one civilization to the other, and some buildings can also be placed more than once. The most important building is the production center, which allows you to mine Mbox in your home, with the amount varying depending on your total prosperity that can be increased by upgrading buildings. Decorations allow you to personalize your home, but other than affecting visual appearance, a bit of prosperity can also begin from building and upgrading them. As time goes on, the developers will also add more decorative options, starting with a new collection of home decorations for Melansis residents that is scheduled to come out on the last day of this year. As for Christmas-related events, the first one is the Momo Christmas Merge, which is already live and is set to end on January 20th of 2023. The other extravaganza is called Momoverse Christmas Rank, which adds a rank per core type of gameplay in Momoverse, which are crafting, Mohome construction, and orchard. Next, Poker gears up for a community launch in January 2023. Renowned blockchain-based poker game, Poker, recently detailed community launch and updates. The popular game has rebuilt the UI and mechanics using Unreal Engine 5 from the ground up. Previously, the game was using Unreal Engine 4. Poker will release on January 2 of 2023, after which players can download, enroll, play, and start their game journey. It will be available for everyone to download on Poker's official website. The team plans to release the game in stages. On January 2, all players can register and play on Map 1 with all PlayToEarn elements live and in action. Poker's users are requested to report bugs even after the community launch, as according to them, bugs are an unavoidable element of any game. After January 2, several amazing features and new elements will be introduced in the game. In February, the Poker team will provide access to Map 2 and introduce the Platinum PKR Pass option. During this period, the game will also launch a major marketing effort for advertising the Poker Season 1 launch. Poker will release the entire Season 1, including all 10 maps, NFTs, and the Diamond PKR Pass in March. Not to mention, the game will introduce tournaments so that participants not only sit and enjoy but actively compete. Meanwhile, Poker recently updated its roadmap in October 2022. And lastly, Devikins shares roadmap and updates on Phase 2. Devikins, a turn-based RPG blockchain game, has released some exciting news about its roadmap and Phase 2 release. The team initially stated its awareness of the disappointment caused by the adjustment made to the roadmap a while back, and also the postponement of the release of Phase 2 to May 2023. However, Devikins assured its community members that they could release Phase 2 in an early access form sooner than later. This assurance was made after the team reviewed the data from the network stress test. For the early access mode, players can use their real accounts to ensure their progress is carried over to the full release. In addition, Devikins, weapons, and equipment will be available as functional NFTs, with players attaining real DVK. However, some content, such as the fewer PvE regions, may still be missing due to the difference between early access and full release. The early access release may also not be fully polished, thereby missing elements such as UX and UI refinement, specific localization, and sound effects. Fortunately, the early access mode contains the core loop of the game, hence players can level up their Devikin, compete with other players in PvP, defeat bosses in PvE, and earn weekly ranking amongst others. Devikins plans to release this invitation as an in-app purchase item. This item will be placed in the shop on Christmas Day. The batch of players that purchase the item will join the closed beta in early January of 2023. The item will be up for sale all day on December 25 UTC and will be sold at $25. All participants of this closed beta will receive an exclusive bet skin after release. This will be similar to when the team gave away beta personalities. And that's a wrap for today's news video. I'll be back tomorrow to talk about our last news segment, news that don't fall in the first two categories. And for more info on everything about blockchain games, check out our website at PlayToEarn.net, where we have the largest database of games that have all the info you need. That's it for today, see you next video.